Welcome to Apiary Eats. Today we're making honey pecan apple cake. If you'd like to learn how to make it too, stick around. For this recipe, you'll need about 1 cup of chopped pecans, 2 cups of sugar, about a cup of applesauce, 1/4 cup of honey, 3 eggs, 3 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon ground nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 apples that have been finely chopped. Here I'm using Golden Delicious. 1 cup of firmly packed brown sugar, 1/2 cup of butter, another 1/4 cup of honey, you'll need this later for the sauce, 1/4 cup of milk, and if you'd like, 1/4 cup of bourbon or dark rum. I'm using dark rum. Okay, now that I have all of my ingredients prepared, you first need to get a bundt pan, grease and flour it, and then we're going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. We're going to take our chopped pecans and we're going to put about a 1/4 cup of those into the bottom of our bundt pan. We'll save the rest of the pecans for later. Next, we're going to mix our sugar, applesauce, and 1/4 cup honey. And we'll mix that on low until it's well combined. Now that those are mixed well, we're going to add our eggs one at a time on low. And as soon as that's combined well, we're going to stop the mixer. In a separate bowl, we're going to combine our flour, with our baking soda, salt, cinnamon, and nutmeg. I have those all in the same bowl here. I'm just going to mix those well. This just ensures that once we add it to our liquids in the mixing bowl, they'll combine well, nice and even. Okay. Now we're going to add our flour mixture into our sugar mixture while on low. You want to do this slowly. And as soon as all of that's incorporated, we want to stop the mixer. There's a little bit of flour still, but I'm just going to use the whisk in my hand just to get the rest a little bit mixed in. There we go. Now that the batter's mixed well, we're going to add our vanilla, the rest of our pecans, about 3/4 of a cup, and all of our apples. We don't want to mix the batter so much as just incorporate everything else. So just kind of fold it in. And it looks pretty even now, so we're going to stop that. Okay, we're almost there. Now we're going to pour in our batter into our prepared bundt pan. Just spread it out just a little bit, even it up. Okay. Ready to go in the oven. Now, if you preheated your oven when I did, it's ready to go. And we can put our bundt pan filled with that beautiful cake right into the oven. All right, I'm gonna set the timer now for 55 minutes. Should take about 55 minutes, maybe an hour, depending on your oven. I would definitely check it at 55 minutes though. Now, while we're waiting on the cake to bake, we're gonna make our honey sauce. For our honey sauce, we'll be combining 1/4 cup of your choice of milk, 1/4 cup of bourbon or dark rum if you prefer. You can leave this out if you don't want any alcohol in yours. We'll add our 1/4 cup of honey, our 1 cup of packed brown sugar, and our 1/2 cup of butter. Now we're going to mix that well and turn it on medium to medium-low heat, and we want it to boil. Now, because of all the sugar that we have in the pot, we want to make sure that we're stirring pretty consistently, just so nothing sticks or burns in the pot. And most of our butter is melted now, so we have a little bit more to go. Okay, our butter's completely melted now, so we're just going to keep an eye on it for that boil. Make sure you keep stirring. They say a watched pot never boils, but you definitely want to keep an eye on this. And if your pot isn't big enough, the mixture could boil over. As soon as it starts boiling, we're going to set our timer for 2 minutes. All right, we're starting to get some small bubbles here, but we're looking for a steady rolling boil. So let's keep stirring. You'll see as I lift my whisk that the mixture has a good rolling boil now, so we're going to set the timer for 2 minutes. Then we're just going to keep stirring because we don't want any of those sugars to burn on the bottom of the pot. Our timer has just gone off, so we're going to turn off the burner now. And I'm going to stir a little bit more just to make sure nothing burns. And then we'll set this aside while we wait for the cake to finish baking in about another 37 minutes. While we wait for the cake to finish baking, let's prepare one more thing. We'll need a sheet pan, and we'll put a piece of waxed paper over it, and then set a wire cooling rack on top. And we'll save that for later. Our timer has just gone off, so we're going to take our cake out of the oven. We'll set it directly on the wire rack to cool in the pan for 15 minutes. Let's set that timer now. Alright, you'll see here I've just transferred the honey sauce into this measuring cup to make pouring it a little bit easier. And we have about 1.5 cups of finished honey sauce. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes. Our timer just went off. We're going to flip our cake. Doesn't that look nice? Okay, we have it situated nicely over the sheet pan. So when we pour our honey sauce over the top, it's going to cover the cake and then drip through onto the wax paper. So I do have about 1.5 cups of the honey sauce that we made. We're only going to pour about 1/2 cup over the cake. Now we'll let it cool all the way. Okay, we have finished our cake. It's cooling still on the wire rack. Once it's completely cooled, you can slice and eat as is. If you want a little more sweetness, you can add some more of the honey sauce. Either way, it's delicious. Please let us know if you make this cake in the comments below. Like this video if it helped you out, and subscribe. Turn on those notifications. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.